In today's video, we are going to discuss about how we can do user management in Microsoft 365. Now suppose you sign up for a Microsoft 365 license. They will have only one user, which is the user that you created while signing up or while you are taking the license or the subscription for Microsoft 365. After that, you need to create users for your organization. Let's say you have 10 employees, then you need to create 10 users for them so that you can assign license as well as you can assign role to them in case you want to make few people some admin or any kind of role if you want to give. So in this video I'll show you everything from the beginning, like how we can create user, like I'll show you how we can create single user, multiple user, also how we can create users from an Excel file. And then I'll show you like what are the other things that you can do in that, for example assigning licenses, and then if you want to give admin access to the users, how we can do that. And then I'll show you how can reset the password, how we can change photos, let's say how we can assign a manager to the user, and also I'll show you how we can block sign in for a particular user. In case you don't want the user to be user can sign in, so you can block the sign in so that even if the user exists in your tenant, but they will not be able to sign in with that. So I'll show you that thing also. But before creating this users, now let me tell you a couple of things on what is the best practices for the admins. Now let's say you are the global admin because you are the first user which you created and you log in with into the Microsoft 365 admin center. But when you will create users, then how many users you should give global admin access? That is maximum you should give 2 to 4. Definitely it should not be one, so you should create another user which will have global admin access, but it should not be more, like you should not have created or you should not give everyone global admin access. That is also not the right way of doing it. And also for the global admins, or in fact for the admins, you can set multi-factor authentication so that if in case the password get compromised or something, then you will have another option where you can people cannot easily enter into the system because you have set multi-factor authentication for that, where you might be receiving a call or a code to your email or mobile like this. So that is very important that you can do. And the another thing is that you should not give the highest permission to the users. Always give the permission which they required. For example, if you want to give someone the Microsoft Teams access, like admin access, then don't give them global admin access, though they can manage your teams, because when you will give the highest privileges, they can do all other things and it will be difficult to manage altogether. So you should always give the permission which that user required. Don't give everyone the higher level of permission. Now this is what we are going to see it. I'll show you now. But if you want to learn SharePoint, then check out our training course. I'll put the link in the video description, where you will see the entire table of content what we provide in the training. And also if you are new to the channel, then subscribe to the channel so that you will get notification whenever we'll make videos like this. Let's go to the system and we will see how we can create and manage users in Microsoft 365. So now let me open the browser. So now you can see here, this is my browser. Here you just type admin.microsoft.com, and if you have not logged in, then it will ask you to put the credential, and once you put your credentials, then you will come up with this page. And if you do not see this page, or it is saying that you don't have access to this page, that means you are not an admin and you will not be able to see this page. But I'm assuming you are the same person who signed up for this Microsoft 365, any of the plan you signed up. So you are the tenant admin. That means you are the person who is having complete access to this tenant, and you can assign, you can create user, you can assign permission, all these things we'll see. Now before creating user, just a few things that you should understand, like you can have maximum 2 to 4 global admins. Like, who are the global admin? They have access to everything in the tenant. So you should not give everyone a tenant admin or global tenant admin access, or like for example, if someone wants to manage your SharePoint sites, then you you can give them SharePoint admin access. Someone wants to manage Microsoft Teams, then you should give them Microsoft Teams admin access, not the entire global admin access. That is one thing. Second thing is you should enable multi-factor authentication, so that if any by any chance your password got compromised for your admins, then still there is another method or another approach they have to follow to log in. So multi-factor authentication also very important, that you should enable for your global admin people. Now let me tell you how we can create users, and then we'll see how we can manage all these things. So now when you will come here, you can see here options are there, like under left navigation here also options are there. I'll go from here first. Now you can see here add user. If you'll click on this, you can create user. You fill everything and then you can create user. I'll create it just a second. And then if you want to reset password, you can click over here. You can search for a particular user if you want, or you can select any user and then you can select it, and then you can reset the password. That means you can create a password and stuff like that. You can do it here. Alternatively, you can also go to active users, so you can see it here. So if you'll click on active users, you will be able to see all your users here. You will see a lot of option on the command bar as well. We will go deep into it, but before that I'll tell you there are few things on this. For example, if you want to store as a contact, you can store their details, like contact are people outside your organization. So if you want to store those things, you can do it. And then there will be guest users, where if your guest access is enabled, then you will be able to see, and your guest users are here. And then there are deleted users, where the deleted users will be here in this case, in case you want to restore them. Now if I'll go to the active users, you will be able to see all the users over here. Before going to the options, let me show you how we can create a user. So if you click on add a user option, you can see here you are coming to this option. Suppose you will see here, let's say I will put this user, and I will say D, and then the display name will auto populate here, you can see. And then you can provide the username. Now the username is very important, because this is the kind of the email address that you will get it here. Now you will see here Daniel@szg52. this is my tenant name .onmicrosoft.com. right? The user is available, so it is showing you. If I'll put any other name, let's say I'll put this one. Since it is, I have already taken this, it will show you that this user is not available. You can see here, right? So that is that you can check it here. And then you have couple of options. First thing is automatically it will create a random password. If you uncheck it, then it will give you the option to create a password. Now there are certain things that you have to take, that should be the password standards that you need to follow over here. Now let's say I will create something here. Now let's say I created it. Now it will show you whether the password is strong or something. Once you have it, then the password will be like this. And then next option you see here, require this user to change their password when they first sign in. If you want this option, you can enable it. In this case, what will happen, if the user log in, then it will ask you them to change their password. That's the only thing. And then if you uncheck it, then it will not ask you. And then send email password upon completion. So it will, if I'll check this, then it will send to this email. This is the tenant admin email address, so it will send that. Now some problem with this password, let me just try it once again. So you can see here I have given this. Hopefully it will take. You can see here it took it. And then I have choose this option, so that I will get the email, and if required I will send I'll forward the email to this person, maybe their personal email address or something, so that they can log in. And then click on next. So once you click on next, you can see here you can choose the location first of all, and you can select your country and stuff. And then this is the licensing, so you can assign a product license. Now look at, in according to our developer plan, so you can see I have 5 licenses out of 25. So I'll select this and I'll be able to now assign this. So once I select this option, that means the user will get this license first of all. And then you can see here there are certain other licenses which we have. in our tenant, let's say I want to give the Microsoft Power Apps for developer license or Microsoft Power Automate free license. If I want to give this to, then I can choose this option. But in case you do not want to give any license or you do not want to assign any license to the user, then you can select this option. In this case, it will create the user without a license. So there will be very limited access to that. So understand that. And then if you expand these apps, then according to your licensing, so these are the apps where the user will get by default access to. So like I'm giving this access, this product license, so they will get access to this. And you have the option also, if you want to uncheck, they will not able to get access to that. So that is, you have the choice, you can you can choose that option and then click on next. Now you can see here, next thing is very important, where once your product license you have assigned, now you want that as a user, like you will not have an admin access, or you want to give them some admin access to this. So if I'll choose this admin access, this is what I was talking about. Now global administrator, you can see here, you should not give everyone global administrator. There should be, in your tenant, there should be 2 to 4 maximum global administrator should be there. Definitely not one, you can have two at least, even if you have a small organization. And then you have exchange administrator who wants to manage your exchange farm, then global reader, help desk administrator. Like you can give this option if you want, the user can change password of other users. Like let's say there is a support team you want, so you can give that so that they can change password or reset password of your users. Same way, suppose you want SharePoint administrator, so you can give the users this admin access so that they will be a part of your SharePoint admin. And then teams like this, all these admin access are there. Make sure you give or you choose the admin access which is the minimal that you require. You should not give the highest permission always. So let's say people are want to get access to only SharePoint, you give only SharePoint access, that's it, right? And then you can, let's say for this user I'll choose SharePoint administrator access, right? And then if you'll expand this, there are certain other things are there. Let's say job title, I'll give IT analyst, let's say. uh, then there is department, let's say I'll put IT department, then office, fax number, this thing. You can see a lot of these options are there which you can choose, and then click on next. So once you click on next, it has a screen where you can review this, all the details are correct or not. If you want to edit, you can edit it here. You can see edit option are there, and then you can click finish. So once you click on finish, then you can see here the user will be created. You will be able to see this also. And then also I should be able to receive an email with the information, like the username and password, these things. You can see here the email is already sent to me, right? So that's the thing. So you can close it. So this is, and if you want to see this, like this is the user, you can see here, this is the user that we created now. So before going to the user detail and stuff like that, I'll show you that how you can create multiple users. Now suppose you want to create multiple users, the easiest way to do is you can select this multiple user option, and you can see this way you can create you can provide the first name, last name, username, and the domain name you can select, and then you can create it. So if you want to add more rows, you can click on this. You can see here it will keep adding these things, right? So you can 249 rows users you can add at one shot, and if you want to remove, you can remove that. So this way you can remove, and so this is one way of doing it. All the other things are same. So in this case it will create a temporary password for the users. And then if you want, then there is another option you can see here. If you want to get this information from a CSV file, so you can choose this option. In this case it will show you like you can download a blank CSV file where with the required header, like what will be the headers that it will show. So you can download the first option, or you can download this one where there is a CSV file having a sample data. So you can see here, like these are the headers, you can look at this, and then there is sample data. So you can put this sample data, job title, department, just these things, the minimum that you can put, which is the username, first name, last name, and the display name. So these things you can add, and once you have this, then you can upload this. So once you upload it, then the next further action will be done how we have done it. So in the next screen, it will ask you to provide the license for it. So that's what you can do it when you will do on a multiple rows basis, or you want to add multiple users into this, right? So that's how you can do. Now uh, in this, suppose this is the Daniel user, and if I'll just click on it, if you want to upload a photo, you can just click on this profile icon, and then you can upload a photo for it. Let me just hold it, you can see it here. So suppose you want to change the photo, you just click on, then you can upload a photo here. So like you have the options where you can upload a photo on this. Now let me just upload this one. So you can see here, I'll just upload this. Now the same way, you can see here the photo will be uploaded, and then you can see here, you can also change the photo here. You can see here, you can change this. If you want, you can select another, and then you can change it. Suppose I'll select another one here. I'll select this. So you can see here, now I'll save these changes, so the photo will be changed on this, right? So you can see here. In the same way, if you'll just go back, you can see there are certain other options are there. Let me just quickly tell you a few options. So reset password, you can click on this. You will come up with the password, change password screen, where you can either create a password, or you can follow the other options which we saw when we are creating the new user. Same options. Now this is another one, is the block sign in. So in the block sign in, when you will click on that, you will be able to block a user from sign in. Now this is very important. Suppose someone leave your organization, and if you want to, if they're user but you don't want them to log in, so you can choose this option, and then in this case you can just select this option, and then it will take 15 minutes around. That's what is Microsoft is saying, and it will block, it should sign out from all the devices, and the user will be blocked from signing in to your Office 365 tenant, right? So that way, this just in one click you will be able to block it. You can see here, like this is blocked, and then if you want to unblock it, once it is blocked, no, you will see that sign in is blocked. So you can see, now you can click here and you can unblock it. So this way, if you want to unblock it, you can unblock it. That's it. That is what you can do on this. Then if you want to delete the user, you can click on the delete user option. You can see this option is here, or from the command user you can see this option also, right? And then you can see there are other options. I don't know for what reason this turned into it. And now these are few details that you can see. You can see this. There is one thing is the role. Like if you want to change the role, you can click here, and you will come up with the admin access page, where you can select what role you want. So you can see it here. So let's say I want help desk admin also, I can save it, right? So now the user is a SharePoint admin as well as a help desk admin. And then there is another important field I'll show you. A lot of time you see that you want to set the manager for the user. Now you can see here this field, click on manager, and then you select a user. Suppose I will select this user. I'll select this user, and now I'll save. So now this user become the manager for this. You can see the manager now. Once you set this, like in the Outlook, everywhere you can see the hierarchy of this your organization. You will be able to see the manager, and under that the people who are working on them. So that you can see, and then there are other properties like first name, last name. You can change phone number. You can do multi-factor authentication. You can set it here. So that we will see in some other videos, but this is where you can do it here, right? And then there are licenses or apps. You can see, you can change it here. Mail, OneDrive. So you can see these options there. These are basically like OneDrive. You will get 1 TB of storage whenever you will sign up for whenever you will create a user, so that you can do it over there, right? So you can select this, and few options you can choose it from here as well, right? So this is how you can manage users in Microsoft 365. I hope now you got an idea how we can manage your users, how you can create user, single user, bulk user. You can reset password, you can block sign in, you can even you can, like, change their their licensing. You can give admin access, all these things you can. I hope you know that now. And if you want similar videos, then subscribe to our channel so that you will get notification whenever I'll make a video like this. And I usually make videos on SharePoint, Power Platform, SPFX, all these Microsoft 365 technologies. So thank you and have a nice day.